Well, hey there! Nice to meet you! My name is Andrew, and I'm gonna tell you the time that I... let me get into my deeper voice. The time that I almost fell off a roller coaster! Yeah, that'll work. So this story actually did happen for real, okay? So let me take you back to the late 2000s. So it was a typical summer day in Southern California on a normal day at my favorite theme park in the whole world, Six Flags, or what most people call it around here, Magic Mountain. Now, I've always been a fan of heights ever since I was the age of 7 when I rode my very first big coaster. Even though to this day, I get really nervous on the same rides I've been on like over 50 times. I don't know why though. There's just something about that adrenaline rush I get from a coaster like, ooh man, it doesn't make me feel good. It just wants me to come back for more. But the bread and butter of this story actually occurred at nighttime, and it was one of the last rides we went on because the park would be closing soon after. The ride was called the Riddler's Revenge, and to be honest with you, this ride hurts way too much for me because if you have to stand up, let me tell you, it does not feel good at all for this entire ride. Going down every drop and having the gravity just pull down on you, it's just awful. I mean, if you were looking for a way to become shorter or just to have awful back pain for the rest of your life, then yeah, go for it. Go on this ride. It's the best recommendation out there. So we were waiting in line to get to the main station to board the coaster, and everything seems fine. Until I noticed something scary. Why were the question mark lights not working? I mean, they usually work and they look so cool with the techno music in the background. It just killed the magic for me. Nah, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that serious at all. I'm sorry for the fake suspense. Okay, so now it's our turn to board the ride. And mind you, I am a pudgy guy at this point, which I technically still am, but it doesn't mean I can't fit on the ride, so there was no issues there. It's just a little tight. So no worries, everything seems to be going fine. So after being locked into place and getting our seats in the right positions, we're just waiting for the employee to lightly pull on our restraints and to confirm that we are safe. So we start going up the lift hill, and I just can't get over the tightness of my restraints on my gut because of the seatbelt, which is so uncomfortable. So in an impulse, I do one thing you should never do under any circumstance on a roller coaster. I decide to unbuckle my seatbelt, and wow, did it feel so good just for that one moment of relief. Which lasted for only 1 second, because after that, I began to start panicking. Not so much like a scary movie and going, help me, my seatbelt became loose, I'm gonna fall. It was more like a James Bond movie scene, you know, tied to a steel table and a laser coming slowly up between their legs, and yeah, you know where that's gonna lead. And my laser here is my pudgy gut, going against me being safe on the ride and not falling off. So there I am, sweating, struggling to suck my stomach in and just think thin, suck it in, boy. And we're still just slowly going up, getting closer and closer to the first drop, and at this point I'm pushing down as hard as a giant bodybuilder growing his gains in the gym. And I keep going and just pushing with all my might like the Incredible Hulk, just trying to slide that buckle in. And as soon as we get to the first little drop, I successfully click it just in time, thanking the Lord and promising never to eat a bag of Cheetos again. Whew. Man, that was intense to say. Now I consider myself lucky for doing such a dumb thing, and a lot of people would ask, wait, then why did you title it You Fell Off a Roller Coaster? But in reality, it could have happened. Now, I'm not sure what website I got this from, but I remember reading a comment from a forum relating to what I had experienced, but much worse. Now, this guy obviously survived, since he posted on the forum, obviously. How his over-the-shoulder restraints had become unlocked and was no longer secured. His saving grace was that his seatbelt was still attached, and I was dumb enough to try to loosen that. So kids, adults, the elderly, don't do what I did. Keep every safe piece intact, don't mess with it, and if you do got a pudgy gut, try to just do some sit-ups, or just throw away the box of Twinkies that are in your pantry right now. And yeah, that's the end of my first story. Please forgive me, this is my first time telling a story ever to a potential viewer. And if you stayed this long, I really appreciate you. And this is not a personal jab or slander at the theme park or the manufacturer of the ride. I love Six Flags, so no hatred here. It was just a scary moment in my life, caused by me. So stupidly, of course. Welp. That's that. Thank you so much for watching, and I have more stories to come, like so many in my head that my brain might explode! Or leak, I don't know. I just wanted to sound more urgent. Bye!